A single piranha swims cautiously through murky river water, alone, unremarkable, in no particular hurry. Then, somewhere nearby, another fish gets injured. Within seconds, that same cautious piranha changes completely. It surges toward the source, and it isn't alone anymore. Dozens of others arrive at almost the same moment, and what was a quiet stretch of river becomes a feeding frenzy. Nothing about the water changed. No blood was visible from where the piranha started. It didn't see anything happen. It smelled it. In the 1930s, a biologist named Karl von Frisch made an accidental discovery that's still cited in fish biology today. He noticed that when one fish in his tank was injured, nearby fish reacted with sudden alarm, scattering or freezing, even when they couldn't see what had happened. He eventually traced the cause to a chemical released from damaged skin cells, a substance now known as Schreckstoff, German for fright substance. When a fish is wounded, that chemical disperses into the water, and other fish detect it almost immediately. For most species, Schreckstoff triggers fear. Fish that smell it scatter, hide, or freeze completely still, treating it as a direct warning that a predator is actively hunting nearby. But for piranhas, and for several other predatory fish species, that same chemical signal does the opposite. Instead of triggering flight, it triggers pursuit. The alarm substance doesn't just tell a piranha that something is wrong nearby. It tells the piranha that something nearby is already hurt, already vulnerable, and already worth committing to. That distinction matters more than it might sound like at first. A piranha doesn't attack randomly and constantly, despite the reputation. Most of the time, they behave cautiously, testing the water, staying in loose, non-aggressive groups. The moment Schreckstoff enters the water, that caution disappears almost immediately, and something closer to coordinated group aggression takes over. Multiple individuals converging on the same source within seconds of each other, even from directions where visual contact would have been impossible. And here's the part worth sitting with for a second, because this isn't just a piranha thing. Chemical fear detection shows up in animals you wouldn't necessarily expect, including one you might have in your own home right now. In 2022, researchers at Queen's University Belfast collected sweat and breath samples from human volunteers under two conditions: relaxed and genuinely stressed, then presented both samples to dogs in a controlled setting. The dog's behavior changed measurably depending on which sample was present. Increased stress-related body language, altered heart rate, and a documented shift in how they approached and interacted with their handler. Dogs, in other words, can detect a chemical signature specifically tied to human stress, not just general scent, and that detection appears to influence the dog's own emotional state in response. The mechanism is different from the piranha's Schreckstoff response. Dogs are picking up on stress-related volatile compounds in sweat rather than an alarm chemical released from injury. But the underlying principle is the same one showing up again and again across the animal kingdom. Fear, or the biological aftermath of fear and injury, isn't just an internal state. In a huge number of species, it's something that leaves a detectable chemical trace, and other animals have evolved the ability to read that trace and change their own behavior in response, sometimes toward caution, and in the case of a piranha, sometimes toward exactly the opposite. None of this means every predator can smell fear the way popular culture likes to suggest. Sharks, despite the reputation, have never been reliably documented detecting fear itself. Their extraordinary sense of smell is built around blood and general chemical cues, not an emotional signal specifically. The animals that genuinely can detect something tied to fear or injury do it through very specific, well-studied chemical pathways, not a vague supernatural sense. And the piranha's version of it might be the most dramatic example documented anywhere in the animal kingdom. So the next time you hear that an animal can smell fear, ask which kind. A shark circling in open water probably can't. A piranha in a South American river almost certainly can, and it isn't afraid of what it smells. It's counting on it. Next time you're near water in piranha territory, and you get a small cut, know that the danger isn't the piranha seeing you. It's the piranha smelling exactly what just happened to your skin. Tell me in the comments, would you rather face an animal that hunts by sight, or one that hunts by what your own body is chemically broadcasting? Subscribe to NatureCrest for more deep dives into the animal kingdom's most extraordinary and most misunderstood senses.